But if it's just so you can kind of see.
Lighting look alright on it?
Oh yeah.
I think it's well lit enough.
Oh, I think so. And it's coming. You.
Oh, you kind of move over a little bit.
Yeah, you still
Just make sure you have some of the empty space there. Like, I like my ambient spaces. Look, Gina, I can't explain it. I just like empty spaces, alright?
I like it, alright?
It's like the Dixie Chicks say, I just need wide open spaces, Gina. Hey guys, welcome to Crate Diggers. I'm Justin, as always. I just wanted to take a minute to talk about some of these records that we bought the last 2 episodes. So whenever we went to Janie's with the Ghost in the Machine, I picked up a Roberta Flack record, Blue Lights in the Basement. There's out there, you can probably find this for around $3 or $4. Let's get into some of the meteor records that I found here. I picked up Carlos Santana and Buddy Miles Live. Columbia label, 1972 by CBS. What's really cool about it is that on the B side, they have what they call the Freeform Funkified Filth. And that's it. It's the only track, and it looks like it runs for about, it says 25 minutes. It's just 25 minutes of funkified filth. If you can find a copy of this, it's dirty. Like, I listened to this when we were shooting the band, and it's crazy. I also picked up a copy of With the Beatles, which was, or Meet the Beatles, sorry. It has, I Want to Hold Your Hand, Hold Me Tight, I Saw Her Standing There, All My Lovin', It Won't Be Long, This Boy, let's see here, Not a Second Time, Hold Me Tight, Little Child. I mean, all of these songs are, when you think of the Beatles, you know, a lot of the songs that the average person knows from the Beatles are on this disc. It's great. You can find some songs from it on our weekly playlist that we did with the Ghost in the Machine. So that was a great little find. I also picked up Isaac Hayes' To Be Continued. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't listened to this a whole lot. But I've always really liked the song Ike's Mood. And then this one here, it's called Just Pet. And I'm going to throw it up on the Instagram so you guys can see just how weird this album looks. It's a really cool record though, just in general. You know, lime green label on the inside. And the song that's really stood out for me is For Those in Love. It's the opener on the second side. And she also does a cover of Hey Jude that just so happens to only be 4 minutes and 20 seconds for my 420 friends out there. So that's our first day with the Ghost in the Machine. You know, it was really cool to sit down and talk with them. Me and Darius actually off camera hit it off really well. You can catch them again live on May 4th at UTSA Underground. They're going to be playing at that festival. It's a cool idea because it actually takes place underground. It's not just a play on, you know, catch a game or whatever. Everybody wants to be underground these days. So they're going to be playing with like a whole shit ton of bands. I went last year and saw a whole bunch of great performances. So I highly suggest you go see that. I will have a link running for that in the description of this video, as well as a link to JD's record store in San Antonio, Texas, where I bought all these fine used records, as well as another link to our playlist that we do with the Ghost in the Machine and some of their social media, so be sure to check that out. So the second episode that we did, this week's episode, was with Kid Yourself. And a funny story about Kid Yourself is that I've actually known Cooper, the singer, and I guess head songwriter, since he was in a band called Looking for Yesterday. I've known Cooper since late 2012. It just so happened to be a coincidence that he moved from small town Kansas to San Antonio, where I vaguely live. So seeing him and getting to talk to music with him again after so many years was really great. The record that I bought, which you can see in the episode itself, is Real Friends, Maybe This Place Is the Same and We're Just Changing. I don't think I really drove home how great this record is. I don't even think I realized how great this record is. Not to mention it has this cool, like, colored, splotchy, clear printing on it. with what looked like dead flowers in the label. I don't know, and a cactus on the back. So this is just a really aesthetically pleasing record, and it's fun to listen to too. I mean, if you like listening to sad music. I also picked up the Ray Charles story. B-side opens with what I'd say, part 1 and 2. The line, "Tell your mama, tell your pa, I'm gonna sing you back to Arkansas." Like that, come on, Ray Charles. I mean, who can pass up Ray Charles? It also has "Just for a Thrill." It has "Let the Good Times Roll." It has "Talking About You." "What Kind of Man Are You?" Yes, I mean, this is just a quintessential Ray Charles. And, you know, I'm just happy to own this. I know it's not really worth anything, but it kind of covers Ray Charles, and I've become a big fan of him in recent years, so I'm very happy to find that. Let's get to, you know, we'll go one more with a used record, and then we'll get to some pretty cool gems that I found while I was out there. So I found What's Funk from Grand Funk. Rock and Roll American Style, Nowhere to Run, It's Man's World, Life in Outer Space. I mean, this is just sex appeal. I mean, girl in the yellow jumpsuit and the yellow swimsuit with jumper cables wrapped around her neck. I mean, she's going to give you the funk, for lack of a better word. So this has been a fun little play. I've been playing this a lot in the apartment. I don't know a whole lot about this record. I know it was 1983, Warner Brothers, and I spent about $6 on it. So other than that, it's been a good ride so far. A lot of funk in the apartment. This record I picked up, and I've only listened to it once. It's called "Why" by Discharge, and a lot of it has to do with, you know, war, modern society, conquest. You know, a lot of great themes that you hear a lot in punk. And what really stood out to me is that with the lyrics being listed, it actually looked like it was a note to society, almost a suicide note, if you will. I actually had to ask the guy. I'd never heard of Discharge before this, but I've definitely become a fan. One of my favorite records is, one of my favorite lyrics is, "Scorched earth is all that's left, where trees and flowers once grew. A trail of destruction, death and destruction, nothing left but wasteland littered with human flesh and bone." Like, I don't know, it sounds violent, but it really is great. There's a song called "Ain't No Feeble Bastard" that makes me feel fucking awesome all the time. Ain't no feeble bastard, no fucking scapegoat. That's all you need to know about that record. Look it up, definitely worth the listen. So now we get into, picked up a Gary Clark Jr. record live with the Church of Healing. It's a solo live performance. Side 1 is Church, side 2 is Healing. Pretty trendy record, really. I'm a big Gary Clark Jr. fan. You know, living in Texas, a lot of us are. Plays an amazing live show, so I had to get a record. It's Red Letter Day EP. I believe this is just a re-release. However, I do know that 1 year later, and I believe Red Letter Day both ended up on Songs to Write Home About. And then also, I found this weird, I didn't even know what the name of this band was until I opened this thing up. I just thought the cover looked cool. You have what looks like a home photo of some girl dressed up in a Halloween costume as maybe a princess or a gypsy. I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyways, a cool band called Heat Dust. I believe they're probably from New Orleans, maybe from Texas. They're on Texas is Funny Recording Company and Texas Stereo as a label. I believe this got released in 2011, 12, and I have not looked to see if this band still exists yet. Disc is really cool. It has like a noose on the front. I don't know what the hell that is on the back. This little black spot in the middle, white pressing or clear pressing, however. So yeah, this ended up being a really cool find. One of my favorite songs on it is called Priority Mail for an Asshole. It's the opening of the B-side. Just got 5 songs on it, but it's got a really nice like garage punk type of feel. And you know, if Nirvana were starting out today, right? Like, say Nirvana never existed in the 90s and they were starting out today, this fucking record would be one of the things that they're listening to. It's got a nice garage grunge kind of feel that a lot of grunge bands are really striving to achieve, and I feel like they really did achieve it. This is a great listen, and it will be on one of the playlists, you know, one of our featured playlists coming up, so definitely keep a lookout for that. I will throw links to all of these on my Instagram page, which is Instagram at j/m, also pronounced Jerusalem for the PlayStation 4 audience. And you can also find them on the Crate Diggers official Instagram. They will all be condensed to one post just for space, and not everybody wants to look at records all day. A couple other things I've been jamming recently is Al Green's Greatest Hits, and as well as Brand New's Deja Intendu. So just stay with us on the show. We're doing some formatting changes. Next week's episode is going to be featuring Just Fine, crazy good emo band out of San Antonio, of course. Where else? And we're also going to be hitting the road soon, going up to Kansas City and Tulsa to see a couple bands and bring them on the show. If you guys have any suggestions, any bands that want to be on the show, please reach out to us. And if you have any comments or any kind of positive feedback, even negative feedback, hit my email, hit my comments here, hit one of the social medias. I'm always checking them. So with all that being said, thanks for tuning in, guys. Been Justin with Crate Diggers. See you later, Space Cowboy.